Hello traders, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you are new here, welcome, feel welcomed. I am Denny Trades. I'm a Kenyan Forex trader. I've been trading and learning how to trade since April of 2021. So I started learning ICT concepts in 2022, and before that I was trading using indicators, that is the moving average crossovers, and also with the Bollinger Bands. Then I came across ICT concepts, and the first thing I learned was the OTE, or the optimal trade entry setup. So that is the model that convinced me to start learning, or to go deeper into studying ICT concepts. So fast forward, I am trying to get funded with ProFarms, and I decided to document my journey from no funding until I got funded, and also to the point I'm able to be requesting consistent payouts. So if you are new to this channel, you are welcome. So please remember to subscribe. This is one of the most authentic YouTube channels that you are going to find out here. And in this channel, we are going to make it as real and realistic as possible. So as you can see on my chart, I have this gold chart. When I started trading, I was trading just currencies. My main was GBP USD. Later, I transitioned and added Euro USD. I was trading GBP AUD and USD JPY. Nowadays, I can trade GBP JPY too and USD CAD, but I'm not into currencies that much. I think much of my focus since August or July of 2024, I decided to learn the price action in gold, because I used to fear gold before. But I decided, since I already have a background in ICT concepts, I decided to backtest these gold charts, and using the ICT concepts, and I come up with a strategy. So we can say for the last 2 years, I have been learning how to trade gold. I kind of left currencies. I don't trade currencies that much. They give seasoned profitability, and one example of seasoned profitability is that in 2024, I decided to start trading prop firms. So I took my first four farms with, at that time, it was my funded effects. I failed that challenge, and then I took a challenge with funding pips. It was a 5K challenge, which I was able to pass, and I requested 2 payouts on that challenge before I breached it. Soon I got a 10K account, got 1 payout, and then I breached that account. All this happened in a span of less than, let's say, 3 months. So after blowing those accounts, that was around June, July 2024, I've been trying to get funded with ProFarms, and I can say I've not been successful in doing it, because, like I said, I started learning how to trade gold during that period of July, August 2024. So I stopped focusing on currencies, and which is what I had been trading to get these 3 payouts, and started focusing on gold. So someone might say, why didn't you focus on just trading currencies? I will say because currencies, the price action in currencies is not always green, and I end up going into this into these seasonal profitability sessions. Like you find I'm profitable in like 3 months, then I go like 6 months unprofitable. So I decided most of the trading strategy I had with currencies were very seasonal. So they will work for some time and then stop. Then you don't know when again they will start working. So I hated that up and down, up and down. So I decided to learn how to trade gold. So for the last 2 years, I've been learning how to trade gold, and I can say I'm at a point where I've mastered these gold charts to a point where I can get a, a consistent strategy. I have a consistent strategy, and I can be able to determine buyers with a kind of consistency that I didn't have before. So recently on my YouTube channel, if you are new here, let me update you. Like I said, I started that documenting my process of getting funded. I had started it at a $100 challenge where I intended to use a $100 account uh, to make equal profit as I make in my job. So if you go to my previous videos, you will see the episodes where I talked about my job, the amount I get paid, and how I plan to replace that with trading. So I had planned to fund. I even funded that $100, but then again I lost $30 on that $100 funding. I also withdrew $40 to and bought an instant 50K account with Equity Edge, which I violated because of holding a trade on a weekend. So I thought it was not wise to keep a small account because there was no peace of mind. So I decided to go back to trading prop firms, and the first step to get to payout is to pass these funded challenges. Okay. So I decided to take a two-step 10K Pro account with funding pips for $44. They currently have a 20% discount offer right now. I decided to take that into consideration and got that account. So since I started yesterday, I took a trade at 5 p.m. Kenyan time or East African time, which is about 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or New York time. So that trade ended up being a winner, but I had not put that much of a risk because I had risked only 0.5%. So fast forward to today, we are about 45 minutes to the end of the Asian kill zone, and I just took some sell trades, even though I had two-sided bias on this market. So I was wondering if the market will first go for the previous day's high or the previous day's low, since it was trading at the equilibrium of the day, the previous day's range. So I got a buy signal. I executed. I was stopped out, and then I reversed my bias and executed on some sells with, of course, with context. I had context before, so it was either going to be a buy, and since my buy model failed, it means the sell model was going to be in play. So as you can see in this chart, this is the previous day's high and this is the previous day's low. If you take the range from this high to this low, you will realize that the market reaches to about equilibrium of this range right here. So once this candle opened, the 3 a.m. candle, that's when the Asian session opened. I was initially bullish, executed some buys on the lower time frame. I'm going to show you price action on the lower time frame. But then again, price ended up violating my invalidation low. Invalidation low is where I set my stop loss, meaning if that low gets taken out, it means my bias or my trade is wrong. And I can step aside or look for a re-entry. Those are some of the rules that I follow when I'm trading. So if you put some lipstick on this chart, you'll see I'll mark the previous day's high and the previous day's low, and market will go to either. Every day the market will go to the previous day's high or the previous day's low, depending on the bias. So, and the reason why I executed on sales after getting stopped out on buys is because price had reacted on this sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, or the CB, or it's simply a fair value gap on the 4-hour. So a fair value gap in the 4-hour is simply a kind of resistance in price. So if you're a support and resistance trader, then you realize that market sell at resistance and buys at support. So the market started selling at this resistance zone, this fair value gap zone. So I thought it was unwise to continue looking for buys when it had not inversed this fair value gap right here. So my condition was to sell as long as this price was remaining below this fair value gap. So I ended up executing some sell, and which hit take profit, which I had set on this previous day's low. So on a 10K account, I ended up earning $125, which is 1.25% on this account. So, and this buy had taken me out at about 0.75%. So if you go to the MT5 for the execution, you can see yesterday at 5 p.m. I had this buy trade which hit. It didn't hit take profit. Take profit was above this high. So before the market closed at midnight, I closed the trade manually with a profit of about $130, as you can see on the label. So I ended up yesterday with a profit of 1.3%. Today, you can see the reason I was buying is I expected higher prices in the beginning. So this low right here, this, you see this bullish candle. Once price had closed inside this red line here, this red line means is the previous hourly low. Once price had closed inside, executed on buys, went small in my favor, then hit stop loss. Once it hit stop loss, it was a clear indication that price wanted to go lower. So my focus now ended up being this previous day's low. And since it had reacted on this fair value gap as a resistance and closed with or engulfing candle bearish, I waited for retracement up high on the lower time frame, executed some sell, and set TP to this low here for about, let's say, 200 and something pips. So my stop loss was above this high, which I anticipated to be the Asian high. So that's it. Those are the only two trades that I have taken on this 10K account. So let's go to the funding pips dashboard. So you can see my account right now is sitting at $180 in profit, and my target on this phase one is 6%. So it means I need about 4.2%. So I can pass this challenge. Okay. So we are still on Tuesday. My focus mainly will be trading the Asian session, and sometimes when I get a trade at 1 p.m. East African time, that is about 5 a.m. New York time, I can take a trade at that time, or I can wait for London close, which starts at about 17 or 5 p.m. East African time. So that's my plan. I will be focusing much more on the Asian session. I will try as much as possible to limit my London Open or pre-London Open trades, and with the name of just passing this account. So let's see how this account will take us. So as you can see, yesterday was a profitable day. Today we are up about 0.5%. Okay, so we still have $420 remaining to pass the first phase. Also, phase two the target for phase two will be 6%. Okay, so maybe wait for 1 p.m. East African time or 5 p.m. East African time to hunt for another setup, because already the reason I'm not looking for a trade is because the daily target has already been hit on Asia. So it's very unlikely that price will reverse and trade above the previous day's high unless there is a high impact news that will act as a driver to take price here. So today I could look forward for price to trade below previous day's low, and if it closes below previous day's low, then it means we can look forward to bearish prices this week. So if you look at the daily time frame, if today closes bearish, it means my bias on the daily time frame will have shifted to bearish, and my goal will be to see if price can trade below this low for the rest of the month. So today is on 7th of July 2026. So since the week opened here and the month opened on 1st of July here on this candle, then you can expect that this is the manipulation reg. Then the distribution will start soon, and if price doesn't reverse from this level, and also if you see here there is a fair value gap, if prices close below, then there's a high likelihood that price will come to this low. So that's my bias on the daily time frame. Okay, so and on the 4, let's see, on the 4 you can see price closed after trading above this previous week high. Price closed down. We have a market structure shift and a change in state of delivery. A change in state of delivery is when price shifts from bullish to bearish, or shifts from bearish to bullish, or simply an order block. So in this case, this change in state of delivery is the opening price of this candle here. So if you extend this opening price to the right, then you see price found resistance at that level, and that's why it was also logical to continue looking for sales also inside this for fair value gap. So there was a lot of confluences to continue looking for sell trades, and that's why I sold and targeted the previous day's range. So if you look at this price action, this range in price action, you realize that here we have a fair value gap. Okay, and price might want to come and fill this imbalance. A fair value gap is an imbalance in price where this is buyers dominated this market. On the opposite side, there's a high and a low. Okay, that's a fair value gap. Of course, there is a deep meaning into this, and that was thus the phase description of what a fair value gap is. So fair value gap will either draw price, or price will react it to go to the next destination. Okay, so bearish on the daily time frame. If today you see we have had bearish price action even before daily shifts bearish, the 4 hour is already bearish. So if today closes bearish on the daily time frame, it will already be a confirmation that price wants to either replace this price swing or retrace this price swing, or it will be a complete reversal to go and trade below this low right here. So my goal for now is to just wait for the next high probability moment so I can execute. I won't say that I'm looking forward to another trade today, but if I get one, I'm going to execute. If not, I'm going to wait for tomorrow Asian session. Okay, so let's get back our chart markups. So don't worry about all these that you work here. I was backtesting during the weekend. I didn't find it okay to even delete it. I must come back to it and do some simple journaling, and then I will be done with all those chart markups. But for today, our focus was right here. We had a winning trade. We traded this retracement and we traded this expansion low. So my next goal is to wait for when price will give another high probability trade, and now see if we can get our account to phase 2. So initially I had this bullish bias. I wanted the price to trade to this high, but it had already traded above previous week's high and closed below it. So bias shift bearish, maybe in the short term or even in the long term. The month is still new. So if you want to follow up on my journey, we will simply be focusing on trading gold. If you want to be following, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, and remember to leave some comments down there. I will be very active in reading and also replying to those comments, because traders journey development. If I didn't have someone to look up to, I don't think I would be to a point where I could be trading gold with such precision. And you can see these two trades were enough for me to pass the challenge, but I'm simply not over leveraging on it. So as we go on forward, I'll be giving a background of or more information on my trading journey, and all these lessons I'll be able to be sharing with you. That's all for today. Today is on Tuesday, 7th, 7th of July 2026. I also make consistent uploads on daily and weekly forecasts. So if you look forward to more content or more video from me, please remember to subscribe and keep the notifications on for when I upload the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice and peaceful week ahead.